Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. This is your favorite College for Free coach, the College Prep Boss herself. College Prep Boss coming to share some tips, some wisdom, some nuggets with you. Today, we're going to focus on our parents of graduating seniors, and we're going to talk about what do we do with those financial aid packages um, you're looking at, you're evaluating. It's probably causing you some heart palpitations. What do you do with them? How do you make a decision by May 1st? What type of decision, do you really need to make? Hey, Coach Tawana. So let's talk about that because this time of the year, I always get these urgent messages, these via email. My inboxes get flooded. People start tagging me on stuff and everything. And everybody basically wants to know, hey, I got these financial aid packages. I can't afford what they are requiring of me. How do we find scholarships? What do we do? Can you help us? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I have to look at the message and just kind of, woosah, decompress, because at this juncture, there's nothing I can do. And it pains me to always have to repeat that message. But at this point, it's really nothing I can do. The way our program is set up, it is set up to help families on the front end before they get to this point. But what I want to do is to share with you some tips, and I'm going to share with you a resource to help you hopefully make the right decision by that May 1st deadline. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into this because I want to make sure I just maximize this time. But I just want to share with you just some things I always like to stress. I'm constantly saying over and over again. And I'm just going to have to keep saying it over and over again because it's just a reality. And there's nothing else I can do but to keep doing it because I need to get this message through to everyone. One, every school funds differently. So what that means is that dream school your baby want to go to, that dream school may not meet what your funding requirements are. Some schools fund based on need, some based on merit, and you may be a merit-based family because you don't qualify for need, but every school you're applying to or that dream school is a need-based funded school. And what happens is you get this financial aid package and you'll be looking at it like, what am I supposed to do with that? $3,500, $4,500, and the school costs $45,000 or worse. I don't say worse yet, $60,000 because you picked the wrong school. And I know this is at this point in time, parents don't want to hear this. It's just it's the nature of how the system is set up. So you cannot fit a round hole in a square peg. That's what families are trying to do right now. And that's impossible. So you have to be flexible and agile and willing to adapt and adjust how you look at this process and how you make a decision. And it is really going to take a hard conversation with your baby. I know you want to be the best parent. You want your baby to go to their dream school. All of those other stories I've heard and I continue to hear over and over and over again. I get it. I understand. But we also have to come to this place of reality. What makes sense? What is actually feasible? What's possible? What can our pocketbooks at the end of the day afford? Because going into debt unnecessarily, it's not worth it, you guys. It really isn't. But I'm not here to pass any judgment. I'm just here to try to give you some tips and some direction. So financial aid packages are out. or they're rolling out, one of the things you cannot afford to do is to get emotionally attached to one school. You cannot get emotionally attached to one school, because that one school you're getting emotionally attached to may not yield the best offer. So you have to play every school as if they are your number one choice until you come up with the best offer. If you've been following me for a while, you would have heard me say financial aid packages are negotiable. They are negotiable. Okay. So you can't negotiate something if you don't have anything to compare it with. You just can't. So you have to make sure you understand financial aid packages are negotiable, but you have to make sure you have those options to weigh against one another. All right. So you can't get emotionally attached. You also do not commit to the school just because they got accepted. That's their number one choice. And you haven't gotten the full financial aid package. Don't do that. Because now what you're doing is you're putting all your eggs in one basket. You are committing to a school without knowing, can you afford it? Because if you can't afford it, then that's going to cause some problems. Because when that bill comes due and you move your baby into college, if that bill is not paid, they're going to kindly knock on your baby's door and let them know they've been administratively dropped from the system. Their classes have been deleted and they need to remove themselves and their belongings from the premises and call you to come and get them within 24 hours. So don't set your child up to be in that position. All right? Please don't do that. I've seen it happen and it's not worth it, because now you got to figure out, okay, what do we do now? Because at that point, college has started. You can't just go start another college because school has already started. So now they're going to have to wait for another semester. And there's so many other things to take into consideration when they're at home and they have it, and they don't have any offers or any other opportunities. All right. So those are some things I don't want you to do. So let's talk about, what you can do. Now that you have the packages, what I would advise you to do, the first thing to do, you should be tracking the packages. You want to rank them in order. And how we have our clients ranking them. We have a template that they put their offers in, and the template will tell them which school yields the least out-of-pocket expense. So you want to be able to rank the offers based on the least out-of-pocket expense, because this is also going to be the tool to help you negotiate your financial aid packages to try to get more money from other schools. So you got to know what those offers are so that you'll know how to compare them. So that's the first thing you want to do. Rank them based on the least out-of-pocket expense. So do that. Secondly, have your baby, because I believe in students demonstrating strong leadership skills, because that's what colleges look for and that's what they want. Parents, you are not their customer. Yes, you may be paying the bill, but the customer actually is your baby, is your scholar, your student. They need to learn how to advocate for themselves. So they need to be the ones driving the ship when it comes to calling the schools and going through the appeals process. Now, you may have to help them because every school's process is different. So some schools may require a form to be completed, a letter to be completed, but the student should be driving it. Our scholars, I was just so proud of them. Some of our scholars last year, they were making calls and they were on calls continuously working the process and getting their financial aid packages higher and higher and higher. I mean, some of the same schools changed their offers like 3 different times because they were working the process. They were following the model we gave them. Your scholar needs to lead the efforts. They need to drive the process, call the schools and talk to them about, hey, you're my number one choice. Every school is going to be their number one choice, because that's how you play the game. They are your number one choice. Here's why they'll be a value add to that school. Talk about the other offers and why this school is the school they need to attend to accomplish their goals versus the other schools. You got to be able to map out what those talking points are going to be, and they're going to vary depending on the school, the culture of the school, what they look for, what their process, finances, and all those types of things. Now, here are some common reasons families want to make sure they appeal the financial aid process. Let's go back to the basic foundations of completing the FAFSA. When you completed the FAFSA in October, it was based on, because your baby is graduating here in 2021. The October FAFSA and the financial aid packages were based on your taxes from 2019. From 2019. So if you have encountered a major decrease in income since what you filed in your 2019 taxes, you need to appeal the financial aid offer. If you suffered a job loss, if you've gone through any health ailments that basically caused you not to work for a while, anything that's disrupted your family, divorce, discontinuation of child support, anything that has changed and impacted your family financially, you need to appeal the financial aid package. All right. So hear me. So you will go to the school to find out what their appeal process is. And again, every school's process may be different. So you want to make sure you appeal the financial aid process. Don't just go with the first offer that comes, but know that you can appeal it if you had those different life-changing events. So that also means you would need to go back into the FAFSA and update the file. So just find out from the school what you need to do, but you got to do this stuff quick, fast, and in a hurry, because the clock is ticking and time is of the essence. Because that May 1st deadline, some schools may extend it, some schools may not. And what happens is, if you don't make a determination by that day, that financial aid plan that they offer, that financial aid package that they offer, could go bye-bye. So you want to make sure you move with a sense of expediency and have a sense of urgency, because right now, time is not on your side and you got to get busy. Okay. Now, the other thing is, you want to respond to the colleges. If you know a school is not, it's not the school you're going to go to, you want to make sure you reach out to that school. You want to make sure you reach out to that school and let them know you're not coming. So that way they can make an offer to another student. So when you start hearing about students being on the wait list, this is how students can get off the wait list, because schools are waiting for students to tell them, you know what, thank you for the opportunity, but I'm going to go to another school. If you know that school is definitely a no-go, let that school know so they can release your child's spot and make it available to somebody else. So I want to encourage everyone to do that as well. So we want to do that. And then we want to continue to make outreach, reach out to whoever those connections are that you made at the school, to see if there are other funds. Look at your child's profile, their portfolio, to see if there are other ways to pull money together to round out their financial aid package. For example, are they an athlete? Is there a way to get maybe a partial athletic scholarship? Are they majoring in high demand fields? Where you can find out if there are funds allocated for those fields that haven't been allocated to a particular student as of yet, and your child could possibly be able to take advantage of it. Um, things like if your child is going to a majority school and they're a minority, do they have any minority scholarships left, or minority funds, or funds that's just earmarked for minorities, for females, whatever the case is, to see if your child could qualify for those funds as well. So this is where you have to be creative. Now, the other option I'm about to talk about here, I know it's probably not going to be your first choice, but hey, unless you got $40,000 sitting in the bank somewhere and you can afford to pay that $40,000 times 5, because on average kids are taking 5 years to graduate, you're going to have to make some adjustments in that decision-making process of the school your baby goes to. All right, let's just be real about this. This is, again, where you're going to have that real conversation with your baby. Hey, mom and daddy love you. We would love for you to go to this school, but we just can't afford it. But here's some other schools who are offering you this, and it's going to make it more affordable for you and us. Hey, we need to start exploring these other offers. This is the process of becoming a young adult, making responsible decisions, making decisions that make dollars and cents, instead of going into debt because this is my dream school and I want to take on student loans and parent loans and to pull the equity out of my home and pull money out of my retirement just to say I went to this school. No, it's just not worth it. It is not worth it. So again, we got to make decisions that make dollars and cents. So let's talk about what this offer is, what my next step is. I'll drop it in the chat, but I created a list. Well, I didn't create the list. I pulled it from some of my admissions friends, because with what I do, I'm always trying to stay on top of what's happening, what's going on. So this is one of probably many lists you'll find out there that basically list schools who still are accepting students and they still have offers. So can we get a hand clap for that? Here in April, late in the process, they are still accepting students and they still have offers. So the offers vary from tuition offers to out of state to merit to need-based offers. You're going to have to open the spreadsheet, and it's laid out for you, and it even have contacts, the people who to reach out to. So when I say this is a valuable tool I'm giving you free access to, I need you all to take advantage of it. And if there's somebody who should be listening to this, I need you to share it with them, because again, going into debt is not fun. Going into debt is not worth it. Just to go to a school, just to say we went to this school. All right. So basically what I'm saying is open your options and look at other schools. Yes, you can still apply to other schools at this juncture. There are schools who are still taking students, and some of them even have incentives. I know, I think I shared it on the College for Free page. I think UAPB okay, look like it's coming back. All right, so I believe UAPB is throwing in an extra $1,500 for students who apply and get accepted between now and May 1st or something like that. So schools have incentives out there to encourage you to apply because they still have opportunities and they still have money. So I would say download the list. If you're on my Facebook, YouTube channel, you'll see the bit.ly link scrolling in the banner. I'll drop it in the chat so everyone will have it. But go to that list. So between that list, I know most HBCUs are still accepting students because they have rolling admissions, and some of them still have money. You want to get busy on that like yesterday. So that means this week you need to just buckle down and apply to all these schools. Now, one way you can make this process a lot easier, especially if you're looking at HBCUs, I will go to the Common Black app website, because many of the schools who are still accepting students and still have money, they are part of the Common Black App family. And what that means is all you have to do is submit one application and it applies to all the schools in their network, which is over 30 something schools. You're so welcome. I'm so glad you're finding value in this. Thank you so much for attending. I just want y'all to take advantage of the information, take action, because I get people, and I had gotten an email this morning and I've been saying I was going to do this. So I was like, let me make time to make this happen today because time is of the essence. We have paying clients who invest in our coaching program, who's part of our coaching program. I can't give the same level of access to everybody who reaches out to me that I give to my clients who pay to have this level of access. So this is my way of putting the message out there, sharing some practical tips and strategies or tools for everyone to take advantage of if they are not part of the College for Free family. So as much as I would love to help you guys, it will individually and give you a customized path forward. That would be unfair to my paying clients. So please understand that from a business perspective. This is our business. This is what we do. Thank you, Katie, for sharing it. There's over 60 colleges on the Common Black app associated with the Common Black application. So I would highly, highly suggest you have your child, one, create a profile, complete the application and apply to those schools. Secondly, I would look up Common Black College application on Facebook and join their Facebook group. Because when I say that group is on and popping, they own and popping. You'll see families sharing their struggle, sharing their story, but most of all, you'll see the babies. Hey, here are all the acceptances I have. You'll also see students saying, hey, I'm just now applying, I'm just now getting started, or who have offers, who have opportunities still available. Take advantage of these free platforms that can help bridge the gap, because time right now, again, is not your friend. So you got to look at, how can I accelerate this time? I don't want to accelerate the time clock, but how can I maximize the little time I do have? Take these tips and apply it. Use that list, reach out directly to those contacts, use the Common Black app as a tool, use your network and find out who in your circle, your extended circle, may have connections to other people at institutions who may be connected to different scholarship funds and so forth. So this is how I would advise families right now who have those financial aid packages. They know they have to make a decision by May 1st, but the options presented in front of them, they're not looking so good, because that bottom line number, your balance, what you'll have to pay per semester, you're looking like, okay, where are we gonna get this from? What my grandfather used to say, you can't pull what from a turnip, something from a turnip. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And money don't grow on trees. We don't know where we're gonna pull this money from. Because let me tell you, GoFundMe accounts don't work. Thinking that you can apply for scholarships this late in the game and get the money in your hands by August 1st, that is an unrealistic expectation. Yes, I can't get blood from a turnip. Yes, thank you. I got my tribe coming in. Thank you, mother. You can't get blood from a turnip. So we have to set realistic expectations. So I just want to save you the heartache, because please, I do not want to see any more GoFundMe campaigns. They don't work, guys, and they're not sustainable, because again, you can't just think about this first year. You have to think about the other years to come. Do not set your baby up to go and start college somewhere and then they have to come home because you can't afford to keep them there. It's just like you buying a house or buying a car, and you can't even afford the maintenance of it, on it, or buying a house and you can't even maintain the electricity bill just to stay in that house each month. Guys, we got to do better. We got to act smarter. We have to think about this, and we have to get out of our emotions, because these emotional decisions is what's leading us to a lifetime of death. Well, hey, I meant to say debt, but I said death. Hey, if you in debt, because a lot of people in student loan debt end up in student loan debt until they go to their grave. It can be a lifetime death sentence depending on how much debt you have, because it can definitely limit your ability to live and live life the way you want to live it. All right. So please, please, please take advantage of these tips shared. Yes, financial death, Scope Scribe. That is exactly what it is. Please take advantage of these tips. And then parents who are listening, who don't have graduating seniors, class of 21, graduating seniors, but you're next in line because your baby's going to be a senior next year or the year after that, please take this as a lesson learned. Find out what you need to be doing today, right now, to avoid being in this position, because this is not a pretty position. This is not a place you want to be. This is not a place you want to be. You want to be in be in a place where my baby got all these different offers, and shoot, the most difficult thing we got to deal with is trying to figure out which school to go to, because all the offers are good. Now we just got to figure out which one. I'd rather you be there than to be in a position where you're trying to figure out how to rob Peter to pay Paul. You may be able to do that with your household bills, but you cannot do that with a college tuition bill. Hear me. It's just not possible. It's just not possible. All right. So take advantage. And you know what? I'm going to just do this little plug, because I have some people, because people have been reaching out about the coaching program, we added a new cohort. So you're going to start seeing more information about that. You can get on our waiting list right now so that you can get information about when it opens up. It's going to kick off the first week of June. We're going to start playing. We're going to start having free discovery calls and screening families starting in May. So you're only going to have a window when enrollment is open. And if you don't make it, then you're going to have to wait till the next cohort. We're only doing 3 cohorts this year. This second cohort is really, really, really going to be aimed at class of 2022 graduating seniors, because the third cohort is not going to be open for seniors. So this will be the last opportunity for seniors to get in the hopper and get on board to get a personalized strategy and personalized help. And families, you want to start early, because you heard me talk about the timing with the financial aid packages and creating the FAFSA, the taxes and so forth. Well, the FAFSA is changing and it goes in effect 2023. So our families are going to be prepared, because we're going to help them navigate those changes and understand what those changes mean, so that their strategy and their plan works out in their favor by the time their child is a senior. So take advantage of the resources, get help where you can. Scope Scribe, yeah, I know you've been prepared. She said, I prepared adequately, yet still in a stressful position. Yeah, and we're doing a free parent webinar, so keep your eyes out for that. That's going to be on May 16th. Some of our families are going to share with you their lessons learned and some of their challenges, and they're going to share advice and tips so that other families can learn from their experience, so that you can be that much more prepared. And we're also going to do a panel with some of our scholars on May 15th. So mark your calendars for that, and look out for information coming. That's going to be a free webinar. And again, this is our way of just trying to help make an impact, help families be more prepared, and just at the end of the day, we want you to avoid student loan debt. Knowledge is power, but you got to be open to receive the knowledge so that you can apply and make the changes necessary. Because every family's not meant to work with us. We get it. We're okay with that. because there are families who are not flexible. There are families not willing to make the sacrifice and make the adjustments. I've seen families willingly go into debt because they wanted to allow their child to go to their dream school. That's your prerogative. That's fine. Hey, I can't knock it. If you like it, I love it. That's just kind of where I'm at. We're just working to help those we can. We can't help. Thank you, Kim. That's one of our scholar families. I know she's she got a birthday she's preparing for, but she an empty nester, so she enjoying. She's enjoying her freedom in her life, but I know missing her baby at the same time. But her baby's doing well. Scholar, first year at Alabama State. So we're bringing families like Miss Kim to come and share some of those pearls of wisdom. So I'm going to let you all go. Please stay safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Please understand, just because you got vaccinated, you still got to wear a mask, baby. We're not out of this yet. So don't get weary in well doing. Let's stay safe, and let's, again, make decisions that makes dollars and cents, not emotional decisions. This is your favorite College for Free coach, Coach T, the College Prep Boss, dropping wisdom and knowledge on you one more time. Until the next time, again, stay safe. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you all later. Y'all take care. Don't forget to share.